Well, good evening and welcome to Gumbo's Flying Circus. I'm just doing a little pop-up stream just to jump into the into my new sim that I've bought, Prepar3D, and I've got the A2A Cessna 182 and active sky as well. I've set it to a bit earlier today, but the weather's in real time apparently, so I haven't got the any other bits for this yet, and this is standard scenery, standard everything apart from the plane of course, and active sky to give me real world weather. So I just thought I'd have a little go in this just to chill out and see how we do. It's been a while since I've flown one of these. I haven't touched FSX for 2 years, don't have it anymore. It was on my old system, so I'm not sure how this will fare, to be honest, but I'm just setting the trim there. Wheel brakes, not so much, it's on a trigger because I haven't set any of my bindings and things up yet, but alright, let's see how this goes. I wonder if that's a bit better. Yeah, so I used to have the A2A 172 trainer for FSX, but I haven't flown that in a couple of years, so I thought it's about time I started getting back into this type of flying on top of my DCS stuff. Nice aircraft this, got to be careful with it as it will break. There's Arundel in front, I believe. I think that's it, that's in this area. Just get used to it again. Right, let's oh, what happened there? Wasn't expecting that then. Hey Nikki, how you doing? Yeah, I thought I'd get it. I've just got P3D in the Cessna 182, so I thought I'd just have a nice chilled out, relaxing hour or two of just flying this about and trying to get back into it, you know. So I'm at Shoreham. Yeah, let's get some turn going. Oh, miles out. So you can't see very well over that side. Let's get the Oh, did you really? I've flown like aircraft in the real world, but not private pilot's license. But you know, when you go on those jollies, a bit high. There we go. But yeah, it's definitely been a long time since I've done this. Well, let's put some power on. Too low now. That seems silly high, doesn't it, for this runway? Just kind of landing halfway down it. Oh, a bit high. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, down. Oh, that was. Oh, that was. That could have been prettier. Cool. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Lofted a bit. Got active sky on, so it's real world weather as it is in this area at the moment, but it's not too loud, is it? Yeah. I need alright, Sabre, how's it going? I need, yeah, repair the runway. Oh, I've got to turn that down. That's so loud. Compared to DCS, I need to sort those levels out. In my headphones. That's not too loud on stream. See how much speed I've got already. 120 knots there. Let's trim a bit. So I definitely want to get the FTX scenery, but this is just standard at the minute. And I'm getting about 60 frames, so that's not too bad. When you start adding to it though, that'll disappear, won't it? I'm descending here. I want to iron that out. It'll be about 60 knots, I think. Oh, I wish I could see. There we go. Oh, a little bit high. Just try and take that down. There we go. We've got one. There's two. So let's pull that up. Good thing about this sim, or type of sim, compared to DCS is you actually, you know, practice all your proper flying stuff. See, that says I'm on glide. And now I'm a bit high. Just pull that down. It's 500 feet per minute. We've got about 60 knots. Let's pull that up now. Maybe it is 500 feet per minute glide here. Bit off. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. Oh, bounced it again. There you go. And we got the horn as well. Yeah, it's pretty good. Do you mean the sim or the plane? Yeah, the RPMs are kind of yeah, it's pretty good. But this is the paid-for aircraft, A2A Simulations 182. It's about $50. But this thing comes with a hanger. You can change the tyres, the batteries. It would damage, the engine would damage if you don't manage it properly. It's got all that good stuff in it. But actually this sim is just out of the box. All I've added is this plane and active sky at the minute for the weather. The rest of it is just as comes. So it's much better than FSX, even though it's based on the same thing. It seems to be, but I'm getting 60 frames, which is good. Ooh. It's got oh, let's slow that down. Yeah, it's got all the gauges and everything. And all that avionics stack works as per the real thing, apparently, so you can actually buy the manuals for the actual radios and NDB and everything else on that stack, and it'll work. You can use it, apparently. So let's go a bit further afield this time. Just put it up. So everything, but you can even lean this using the GT. And there's the pressure, the manifold pressures down there, the fuel flow, the RPMs. You've got other pressures and temperatures, vacuum gauge, amp gauge, plus your fuel, even the voltmeter there with a clock on it. That all works. That's alright. No, that's what it's here for. I like the chat. Do a bit of gaming, have a chat, explore a few things, do something a bit different. That's why I do it, really. I'm going to ignore the pappies because they seem like they're in a really strange place. Just try and look for the numbers on this one. We've got the 500 feet per minute descent rate. Bit fast, a little bit out of sorts. Oh, yeah, I'm floating. Oh, right, let's get the flaps up. It's amazing how, you know, you don't fly this stuff for a while and you soon lose the knack, and plus you've got a different joystick, you know, a couple of years later, so. So let's put in some trim. But you can get rid of this, and there's your manifold, and there's your fuel flow. Let's see if I can grease the next one. Yeah, I can do that. I haven't tried that yet. We'll see if we can stick it in a spin and stuff. Let me just do one more landing, and then we'll go and try some manoeuvres. See if we can spin it, get it in a stall. But apparently that's all modelled. Yeah. It might not end well, but we'll have a go. So, right, one more landing and then we'll crack on with some other bits. See how it handles aerobatics after my DCS mission. Right, let's turn in now. The only problem with that is you've got to set your seat down to see that, all that wing in the way. I've actually flown out of Shoreham in a PA-28. I've done that a few times. It's very quiet. Do airliners with you. Yeah. Need to buy one first. For this they're not cheap. Unfortunately. I think they're like the one I want is $140. So I need to save a little bit for that one. But as soon as I've got one we'll definitely do some. Go on VATSIM or something. It's been a while since I've done that as well. So I'm just eyeballing this now rather than looking at the pappies because you land halfway down the runway. Dodge the trees. Start bringing off the power. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, that was a bit better. Let's get the flaps up. Oh, that's my rudders. I'm a little bit out of shape there. But we got it, we got it. Let's put full red, you're dead. Yeah. Was on that bloke on that yeah, on that campaign. Gets a bit after a while, doesn't it? Right, let's go towards Beachy Head and Eastbourne. I used to live in that area, and we'd get some altitude. Keep that, adjust that down. Oh yeah, the PA-28 cost £10,000 in dollars in 1986. Wow, really? It's less than a car now. See, I'd love my own light little aircraft, but so much money, isn't it? So what altitude do you think we need? Use it to build for your commercial. Oh really? Oh, that's cool. Well, I'd love to have been a pilot if I'd been able to do it, but unfortunately not. But this is the next best thing, I guess. Sold it for 10, best of it. Really? So you didn't lose a penny on the actual value on it then? Wow. Been gliding, that's fun. I like gliding. Winch launches, they're always good fun as well. But yeah, those were the days, yeah. I suppose these days it's all quadruple, 5 times the price it would have been then. Oh, it declined. So if you'd left it, you would have. Doctors and lawyers, yeah, exactly. Absolutely lottery winners. I mean, even the private pilot's license here now costs 10 grand. That's a load of money. That's only 40 hours. I mean, back when I was 16, private pilot's license here, well, you could have got one for about £3,500, £4,000. It's incredible. See how high I can take this. Hopefully I'm not going to damage the engine. It's at full still. I'll get 1,000 feet per minute, climb at 100 knots, 105 knots ish. That's pretty decent. I think the 182, is it a Lycoming engine in this? This has got the 3 prop on it. Is that the variable speed prop? I'm not sure. $20 an hour. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I think an hour to go up to go up in an hour in one of these things, though, you know, it's 100 odd quid. You know, and that's for your instructor, the hour, fuel, wear and tear and all that stuff. Alright, so let's get this trimmed and settled. So we almost got 5,500 feet here. Good thing with this sim as well, I like, you know, FSX was so bland, but the you got shadows for the clouds now, which is, I like, that's a really good detail. Kind of like that. Plus I've got turbulence on and stuff. Just quite nice, isn't it? You just sit here now, just relaxed, look at the scenery. If you get the academic license of this, it's $50, $60, something like that. But if you get the professional license for this, it's $200. But the academic's fine. You can use that, it's not a problem. And this plane was $50 and active sky was around €42. Yeah, Doesn't, and plus you can buy loads of sceneries for it, can't you? For England and the world and FTX Global. There's quite a few different things you can get for it. New textures for the sky, so you get better sunsets and all that kind of thing. Oh, should we see if we can get this into a stall? Where are we? This is England, just gone out of Shoreham, south of the UK. So it's about the middle. If you think of Isle of Wight, it's to the right of that, and we're just heading towards... this is Beachy Head. And you've got Eastbourne going towards Dover up that way, Kent. This is East Sussex. South Downs would be around here. Ending at Beachy Head. And going back towards Chichester. London's just north, 65 miles from here. Brighton, just past Brighton. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good here. This this is the basic standard textures that come with the sim, but you can get one that's based on the satellite data. So you can make England actually look like England, you know. Then we've got France over there. Yeah, we're all fields. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, that's me moving the rudder pedals. That's what the brakes do. I haven't quite bound it properly yet. So there's a stall. Did you miss it? Need to sort those bindings out, really. Yeah, let's pull this nose up. Yeah, am I supposed to do those first, am I? It's like welcome to the post-apocalyptic world, isn't it? It is, isn't it, in this? Yeah. Oh dear, that's quite. That is that's funny. I haven't thought about that before. There we go. Oh, not pretty, but we're out of it. Oh, we picked up tons of speed then. Oops. Yeah, it spins well. Down to 3,500 feet. That was a bit ugly getting out of that, but it's got a good simulation for that on the flight model by the looks of it. Let's climb back up and have another one. That was fun. I'll go along a highway. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it acts like a straight, so you can watch it going round. Precision. Yeah, that's going to be in the future. Yeah, I did it. It went. That really did go, didn't it? Let's pull up and get some altitude. Oh really? A lot more stable. It's weird, the characteristics of aircraft are different, isn't it? Some will go like mad and others just really resist it. It's interesting. Like from a design point of view, why some, you know, they're happy for some to do it and some, I wonder if they could design it in and out. Yeah. What's better, right or left rudder for a spin in this? It seems to have stalled to the left. Yeah, let's try that again. Up we go. Whoa, we picked up lots of speed then. Can you hear the wind rushing? Spin either way. Okay. That one was to the left, the last one was to the right. I'm kind of feeling myself a bit reluctant to pull back on the stick because I don't know, I just don't want to break it. What's that? Wait for the stall, keep back pressure, yeah, full rudder in the direction you want to spin, yeah, that's what we've been doing, okay. Be more gentle if you don't want to go inverted. Oh, okay. Get some more altitude, let's turn around. Let's go for a fast turn. If you are losing altitude before the stall, you are not pulling enough. Think of holding your altitude. Okay. So you mean just keep that back pressure on the stick, on the yoke? Let's get a bit more altitude out of this. To the stop if needed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've been kind of pulling it back as far as I can. Let's try that, be a bit more cognizant. Let's try that again. Alright, well, we've got 5,500 feet. Alright, let's pick up some airspeed a bit. Trim this out. Oh. Right, okay. If you climb too much, descend to little back pressure. Should I leave the throttle where it is? I've been leaving it just set for the cruise basically. That's fine, isn't it? Idle. Okay. Well, let's pull up then. Oh, that was a bit half-assed, wasn't it? Round one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Too much stick then. But we're out of it. If I just kick the opposite rudder in, it just takes it straight out of that spin. Okay. To idle power, hold your altitude. Okay, let's try that. So idle power. Oh. Don't overspeed. Okay. I like these spins. Alright, let's practice just the stall, okay. Alright, idle power, let's hold the altitude. Let's keep it on 0. Oh. It's a little bit finicky with the control. That was pretty non-eventful. Was that about right? Yeah, I wonder if that's a binding thing then. It seems to... let's try that again. I've got altitude enough. Yeah, it's only a stall. Alright. Okay. The stick's quite far back now. Yeah, it's right back on the stop now. That's as far back as the stick I can get it. Full flaps. Okay. Just get the power off if I'm... make sure that's not too high. Okay, full flap. Right, there's trim. Yeah. Alright, let's go to idle. It's almost like it stays flat and just wants to... You can see the... you can see that you're sort of going down just flat. It's still a bit mushy. Okay. Is that a little bit off, is it? Alright, let me get some altitude. Oh, oh, and it's off again. That's to do with my rudder, that is. That's nothing to do with anything else. Really need to bind that properly. Alright, let's climb. So there's Beachy Head over there, it's cliffs. There's a lighthouse down there. And unfortunately that's where people like to throw themselves off every so often. Really? Yeah, it's I suppose you could have loads of fun in this if you know what you're doing and used to fly these. And you've gone through all the license training and everything, then you probably have a whale of a time. Yeah, they've got this one, the 172, 182, which is this one. They've got a Bonanza, a Comanche, a Constellation. They did have a B-52, but I'm not sure if it's in this one, if it's for P3D. But they've got a few light aircraft that are like this. Whoops, sorry. No, you'll never learn DCS, so no. That's two of us then. So when you're practicing stalls then, you just keep, you know, you just make sure that it stays level with the, just keep your altitude and pull the throttle back. You don't need to pitch up. Okay. So it's supposed to just sort of go, just roll off and fall down to that side. Accelerated stalls in a turn like 30 degrees. Really? How'd you do that? Is that just 30-degree bank, pull, get it turning and pull it to idle? Okay. Right, let's have a go. Oh, that's me on the rudder again. Right, let's just get this settled and trimmed. Okay. Right, let's try that then. Oh, it's quite a nice trim, that. Yeah. Okay, so the 30 degree is going to be, I'm guessing, about here, and that's about there, isn't it? I've got the stick right back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Too much power. Too much power and lost it a bit there. There we go. closer. Seems to be quite difficult then to get it to stall out. Yeah, it might be where I haven't properly configured the what's it? But I've got to go through all that because it doesn't recognise like DCS does. So some of the switches and stuff, it won't even see that I'm moving them. So I think I might have to download some software for the Warthog so it recognises it maybe. So this is what when I went flying, we went out of Shoreham, came towards Beachy Head on one of the flights and got it into a descending turn. We went down to 50 feet and then buzzed the lighthouse. Alright, this okay. Alright, I've trimmed it really nose high there. So I'm pushing right forward on the stick now. Make sure I've got a bit of rudder in. Now I'm pulling back. There you go. That was with aggressive. That was a stall, yeah. That's with all that trimming. So it's obviously my controls aren't good enough for this at the minute. I need to do some more configuring to do stalls and things like that. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, Beachy Head. The end of the South Downs, East Sussex. I don't live there now, but I used to. Yeah, that store was cool. I like that. Yeah, that really went, didn't it? Learn stall, slow flight, ground reference manoeuvres before landing and so on. Okay. So what's ground reference manoeuvres? That just picking a spot and flying around it and turns and things, or? Oh, okay. Flying patterns over the ground in the wind. So you can fly the traffic pattern in... Oh, okay. So that's the racetrack. See, if you buy the scenery for England... there should be a lighthouse around here. I'm not sure if it's in... Oh, maybe that's it there. No, it doesn't seem that anything like that in the standard textures. But I think it's around here, on here. It's not bad for default, is it? I mean, if you compare it to how England actually looks, yeah, then you'll be able to see the difference. But it's not bad considering that that's no. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Shifty. Let's zoom in. There you go. Quite blocky, isn't it? But that's all right. Better than the FSX stuff. It's going for a jolly. Oh yes, you're off on holiday, aren't you? Lucky bugger. Could do with a holiday. Woohoo! Yeah. Oh, I bet you're excited. I would be. Whenever I used to go on holiday and stuff, you know, that week leading up to it, I was just beside myself. I couldn't wait. You got reflections of the clouds as well, and so there's an airfield up there, Lid, I think it is. If you continue up here, around here somewhere, just, I'll fly out towards there. Only got waves. That's not bad. That's quite good. I like that. Something a bit different. I used to live there. Did you? I used to live in Eastbourne. A few years, probably about 6 years ago. I moved down to Hampshire. Yeah, I used to live in Eastbourne. Went to Brighton Uni. God's waiting room. Used to love Eastbourne. It's, you know, it's one of the safest places in the country, isn't it? And it's nice weather, and it was great in the summer. Free air show. Did you go to the Eastbourne air show? I used to love going to that. So yeah, if you knew what England looks like in this area, this is nothing like it here. You know, you've got all seaside bits and things, and piers and harbours, and but it's not bad for a default. You know, look out the back as well. Nice interior. Put my shades down. Yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it? But not bad for a freebie, I think. But if I want to get FTX, Orbix scenery. Well, after my A10 flying and F14 and everything, it's just nice to be back in something a bit more relaxing to chill out with, you know. Those aircraft are pretty full on. This is a weird bit. Looks like it's been all chopped down and mowed. Yeah, it is. It is a nice break. I mean, last time I flew FSX was 2 years ago, so I thought, well, let's upgrade it to P3D. Let's not bother with that old stuff. same planes and things, so it's just nice to get in and do something different. You know, learning the A10 or doing that DCS stuff, you need to constantly be thinking. With this you can just mosey around. So I'll definitely get Orbit scenery for the UK, because for VFR that'll look incredible, because you can follow all the roads and, you know, you've got all the landmarks and everything else in there, especially for VRPs and things. No, it's different. It's similar, where you can go in and select the Warthog, select the throttle and the rudder, but it doesn't seem to recognise it, so it might need the Thrustmaster software. But you just choose it, click it on the thing, and you're supposed to move the switch or something. So it's a bit like DCS, but it's not as good. Doesn't seem to recognise half of the stuff. I'm not sure if that's me doing something wrong, or if it's just I need something else, or if there's something I need to do. I'll have to look into it, but yeah, it was coming up. Oh, a bit of a side slip going, a bit of a crab going on there. Just trying to keep those in the window. Oh, I'm floating again. Right, let's get the flaps up. IFR approaches. Yeah, I forgot the charts. 7 out of 10. Yeah, I floated that, didn't I? And you didn't get the stall warning before the wheels touched. Oh dear. Yeah, if I got the IFR charts I can do the approaches, but I might have to do that another time. Just doing some good old VFR messing around. Alright, let's take off again. Send to my what's-its. I'm waiting for the plane to break actually, to damage the engine or something. Right. 40, 50. I'm getting a bit more used to these controls, you know. Whoop. Yeah, that's a bit better. Get the 10 degrees nose up. No, I haven't touched that yet. I haven't leaned. I should lead, shouldn't I, really? I'm gonna foul the plugs or something. Yeah, just got P3D 2 days ago. So I bought Active Sky and the A2A 182. Get back into flying general aircraft and airliners eventually. No, this is a paid for plane. This is the... If you look up A2A Simulations, do you know them? This is one of their aircraft, the Cessna 182. Oh, it's just nice and peaceful, isn't it? Move my balls a little bit off. Good old Top Gear there. See what James May had. Did he have a 182? I know he's a pilot, isn't he? He had a plane, or he's flying around. I think he had a Cessna. I can't remember now. Well, he flew one in one episode anyway. The Cessna versus a car or something. Yeah. Oh, they're funny. They are good. So 3,500 feet. Got the autopilot there. The good thing as well I like in this is the turbulence, the sort of shaky air. You know, it's not just flying straight and flat. You need to fire X-Plane 11. Yokes. Yeah, that'd be one to... There's a company I saw on a YouTube video that's making a yoke system and throttle system for this kind of thing. And he's trying to do it a bit cheaper than the other ones. £250 or something, $250, $300 or something like that. Probably about the same amount as the Warthog. You know, if you want a really good one. There's one that's made of metal and it's spring loaded to give you a bit of feedback, I think. And it's just the yoke, and that's like 500 or something silly. It's like, or more. It's like really expensive, but it's made of metal, you know. But you can buy the one company makes this to sit on your desk. And you can get all the all of this stuff. You can get all of this stuff and a yoke and all of this. But it sort of sits in front of you. It's quite incredible what some people make. What's available out there. Now normally I don't think you'd be yeah, it's... You can buy it for a hobbyist, but they use it as training, don't they, this sim? This stuff they sell commercially as well, I think. For flight schools and things. So it's based on this sim, or FSX, but now P3D. If I remember correctly. You can buy the you can buy a Boeing 737 or a Boeing 777 cockpit which is 1-to-1 size with everything in it, and then you have the screens in front of it with P3D on, so you can be sitting in a 777 in your garage, and that's about, I think they're about £30,000 when need a couple of PCs to run it, you know, a couple of projectors. Yeah, it goes mad. It does go mad. If you got the money, great, but yeah, wow, you know. I think that's about right. And well, about 2400, I think. Yeah, it's down here. Let me zoom in, have a good look. You're on 16 inches. And then we've got these oil temps and pressures, vacuum, amps. I forget what temperature that is. And your EGT. You can move that knob as well, look. Fuel, outside air temperature, clock, of course. It's got a chrono, I think, as well. I suppose nothing in there. True airspeed. It's got COM1, COM2. Benedict's King stack, and this works as per the real thing, I believe they say. You can use the real manual to test the lights. And you've got your comms, the navs, ADF, transponder, your autopilot, and your NDB. DME. So yeah, it's DME, that one, isn't it? This goes up as well, doesn't it? I think the hours, I think that goes up. $23 on the RPMs. Back there. It's nice how it moves around though. It's quite detailed, isn't it, for a Cessna? It's, you know, it's study level. Quite quiet outside this. Yeah, kind of. This looks nice. Rivet heaven. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you look on the outside, you can actually put these on or take them off. There's the flap gaps. You can add the the covers for those or take them off. You can change the battery, change the tyres, add a heat plug, change the oil, different oil types. You can do that in this as well. Yeah, all the good stuff. And then there's your stats. This is what I like about these. There's your stats. It says roughly for climb and cruise, 2,000 to 2,400 RPM, 105 to 133 knots. But then you've got your checklist really. You can just click these on and off. You can add headphones. So if you put your headphones on, it's a lot quieter. You can add people and baggage and stuff and add fuel. What else we got? No, not that one. That's quick radios. There's your hangar. So when the engine's off, you can go into there and do compression checks, change your spark plugs, repair any damage. You know what I mean? It's quite interesting. So if you run this if you don't run this properly, and if you don't look after it, and if you don't manage your engine and stuff, you can't, you foul up the plugs and you get problems with it and things break and all the rest of it. No, do it yourself. Get it in the garage. Spanner set. I like it. It's got in this, Once I got the VFR scenery for England and for other places, maybe FTX Global might be a good idea, or and then add to the sceneries to it. You can buy a terrain mesh as well to make the terrain more in keeping with the reality, but apparently there's lots of stuff. There's lightning up there. An active sky keeps it all updated to real world weather. It's A2A number 2A Simulations. Yeah, American company, I think. Yeah, no worries. You'll be up in your Cessna before long then. It's just peaceful, relaxing and nice, isn't it? You got your floodlight. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah. Got to be good at DCS first, good enough to be shot down by Shifty, yeah. I've had the pleasure, I think, a couple of times. But the autopilot actually keeps the aircraft pretty level even when there's a gust. It brings it back. Let's put the heading back on. Let's go over towards this way. I think that's London over there, isn't it? 3,500 feet. If I change the, make sure that's set. Compass was a bit off. Yeah, I see lightning going off over here. There you go. That looks pretty good actually. And I'm glad head tracking works with this. Yeah, lots of thunder going on. Just north of London or around London area. Just over here to the west, west. I wonder how close this is to the real world weather actually, if that's happening now or it's just indicative, you know, close approximation of what it expects. So London City Airport should be over here somewhere then, if this is let's turn that way and have a nosy in a minute. Yeah, I actually moved the time back a little bit because it would be too dark and I wanted to have a look at the scenery and things, but the weather as is the latest reports, so I mean now it would be pitch black, you know. The Thames, I think. Yeah, you could. I can't at the minute. But when I get back in, you can go onto VATSIM, and they got live controllers on there, and you've got to know how to speak to controllers as you would in the real world when they're on. So it gets pretty realistic. So say you're flying into Heathrow, you would have, if everyone was on, God, that lightning looked fierce then. If everyone was online on Heathrow on VATSIM, you would have your ground controller, your I'm trying to remember the names of them, departure, clearance, delivery. You have your ground controller, you have your tower controller, you'll have your arrivals and departures, and you'd have your centres on as well. You know, if you're in an airliner, you've got to fly the SIDS and stars, listen to ATC, they give you instructions and you've got to follow it and be able to talk to them properly. No, it's the same. Well, it's the same, similar to what you have in the US and other places. Yeah, yeah. I think it's standard, isn't it, across most places now. You know, so if you're in a... Yeah, there's. I think there is. It's been so long since... I'm not sure if this is exactly the same as FSX, but you used to be able to get up... there we go, ATC menu. So I can now tune Heathrow approach. I'm not sure how loud that is. So 1477. One. Yeah, so you got an AI ATC. Yeah, you can do IFR. 1004. That's roughly it, isn't it? Yeah. So I've got flight following now as a service, so yeah, it's cool. But with this active sky as well, you can put your flight plan into active sky and then you'll get more accurate weather because it'll know where you're going along your route. So yep, there's London City. That. And you've got ATIS as well. And you've got that on VATSIM if you want to go online and multiplayer it. Right, so we got left traffic for runway 10, which is coming back this way, into left downwind. So now I can head towards the left downwind sort of here, go for a landing. Now I've got air traffic turned off. Oh, that was big. I think I think air traffic AI kills your frame rate. I think ultimate traffic you can add onto it, but a lot of people fly online. But you can add it in, of course. Maybe it's just some light aircraft. I'm not sure. I haven't tested it yet in this. But in FSX, it used to absolutely kill your freight. You know, performance was rubbish anyway. But I'll have to try it. So left downwind, I wonder if it's going to be like 1200 feet or something, yeah. Alright, let's get rid of that. Descend somewhat. Just trim. Put my mixtures up. It's all on. Good thing with London City Airport in London is that it's surrounded by buildings, and there's a bridge at the end of the runway. It's a 5-degree slope. It's a steep approach airport. So if you quality wings do a 146. So if you get that, London City's the one to try out, I believe. Whoa, it's big lightning for a little cloud. Some nice shading and things. I've got tomato shade, that's free. I saw some guy that recommended using it, so it just makes it much better visually. But yeah, it's a nice little adventure into a new sim, really. But it's familiar to an old one, but it's a new one. Well, at least to me it's a new one. Whoa. Wouldn't want to be here, would you? In one of these. Yeah, see, the approach is between buildings. There's the O2 arena. Yeah, it seems a bit silly, doesn't it? I suppose it's approximating. Oh.
Cleared to land, runway 10, Cessna, X-ray, Sierra Whiskey.
Wondered why I couldn't put me flaps down then. Got a bit out of shape with that ATC. Oh, that's huge lightning. Kind of makes your frame rate go a bit. But if you look behind it, there's not a cloud in the sky down there. Kind of lost the altitude I needed there. It's yeah, this isn't 100% accurate, but it is pretty much like this. And it's a 5-degree slope normally. Yeah, it's like right in there, right near the centre of London. Yeah, but I mean, in reality, it's slightly different. But this is a representation, so it's just, you can buy this airport as add-on scenery. Right, it's floating again. There you go, it's a bit nicer. Little touch there. So it said 10, but oh yeah, it's coming across that way. Weird. This one would have been better, I'm sure. Should lean on the ground a little bit, really. I will do. As soon as I can turn around.
Cessna X-ray Sierra Whiskey, contact ground on 118.075. 118.075. Cessna X-ray Sierra Whiskey.
Yeah, change your radios for you.
City ground. Cessna Delta Echo X-ray Sierra Whiskey. Taxi to parking. Cessna Delta Echo X-ray Sierra Whiskey. Taxi to general aviation parking. Using taxiway runway 10 for Charlie. Taxiing to general aviation parking. Using taxiway runway 10 for Charlie. Cessna X-ray Sierra Whiskey.
Turn on progressive. There you go, and it gives me the route as well. Cool. That lightning's a bit silly, isn't it? Yeah, near volcano. Yeah, not that we have any here, but whoa, quite good effects though. Yeah, UK volcano. Yeah, is that Snowdonia? Snowdon, 3,000 feet. It's nice and relaxing though. This is nice to do. I love the sounds in it. You can hear all the squeaks and the rattles and the as you taxi along. Not sure how well you can hear that, but no one's shooting missiles at you. No AAA. No arguing. wonder if I can cheat. There you go, and all our tie downs are on. All our covers and everything else. Chocks. There you go, B2A cover. Yeah, it's a nice aircraft, this. I don't know quite what's going on with these views at the minute. Usually you can just move. There you go. But left and right stopped working for some reason. Yeah, nice little Skylane. I quite like this. This is enjoyable. Definitely going to do more than this. I think the head tracking, yeah, that's what's messing it up. Yeah, quite a nice little plane. Enjoying this already. I've only had it a day. I'll pilot in there, look. How do you get rid of this then? There you go. Right then, guys. Oh, thank you, Nuki. What's the time? It's coming up to 10 o'clock. So it's almost 2 hours of streaming, and it was just a preemptive stream just to have a nice evening, chilled out, chatting, and it's turned out really nice. So I'll definitely be doing some more of this as time goes on. So yeah, it's been great to see you all. It's been great for the chat. It's been nice to see Nuki Shifty come chat, and hopefully this is the start of a P3D career and something to build on into the future. So I hope you all stick around and come back to see that. If anything, yeah, it'd be a good laugh anyway. Alright then, guys, thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves. See you later.
Thank you for watching another Gumbo's Flying Circus live stream. Don't forget to join the Discord channel. Like, share, follow and subscribe for regular updates, chat, screenshots and more. Your kind support is always greatly appreciated. See you next time for another Gumbo's Flying Circus live stream.